The average gas price in Michigan has now reached $3.96 per gallon. As a result, it's left people from all across the state, and especially here in Oakland County and West Bloomfield, to look for alternate travel options, ways to get around town that are both cheap and less harmful to the environment. I recently spoke with the Transit Services Manager for Oakland County, Eli Cooper, to hear about some effective ways local residents can travel on the greener side.
The rising price of gas puts a pinch on people's budget, right? The idea of gas going from just below $3, now it's north of $4 a gallon. People only have so much revenue available for whether they're going to get food, whether they have other things that they need to purchase. It's a lot of pressure, and quite frankly, it was unexpected. First and foremost, for folks that are in the West Bloomfield area, we have smart bus service. There are buses that run on Maple, Northwestern, Orchard Lake Road. If you live near or can walk to a bus stop, that will take you anywhere that you need to go within the three-county Detroit metro areas, Wayne, Oakland, and Macomb counties. SMART also has what they call paratransit, and there are two forms. One is a connector, which they'll pick up anyone who calls for the service who's registered with them 10 miles from where their trip originates. And for disabled adults, they also have ADA paratransit service that allows anyone who has an eligible disability to ride anywhere within the SMART service area. So you can go downtown if you have an ADA certification by calling SMART. There's also, in the new world that we're in today, things called e-bikes and e-scooters, and some of them can actually keep up with traffic clearly within a sub, but also out on some of the main roads. You're like on Middle Belt, if you're doing 30 miles an hour on an e-bike, you're going to be able to be relatively safe. Pedal bicycle and walking is another eco-friendly way that if you live someplace where it's close enough to walk to the shopping center, close enough to walk to your friends, ride a bicycle. Generally, people can ride 3-4 miles to get to a destination, and those are all ways that you can avoid the high and increasing cost of gasoline.
How have you seen these resources truly have an impact throughout the community?
Yeah, so the one I can speak to best as a transit manager for the county here is that the public transit services, we see people now waiting at the bus stops. Now they're waiting on the bus stop because they're going somewhere. Those bus stops have been there for the 20 plus years I've lived in the township, and sometimes they are better or lesser used. I think what we're starting to see is increased ridership on the fixed route services, as well as on these demand responsive services. They're starting to fill up quickly. And I think as this message gets out that there is transit active and available within our community, by all means, people should give it a try, whether it's to avoid the high cost of fuel. Or I saw an article on the news about a month ago, the average cost of an automobile is now $50,000. If you want to keep your car longer, let it sit on the driveway, use the bus or walk around to get to where you want to go. So it's not just avoiding the high price of fuel, but it's an economically more sustainable way to manage one's own personal affairs.
What are the biggest things you hope that the greater West Bloomfield population and the neighboring cities understand about these options and about what they can utilize to live a little greener and to maybe save a little money in their wallets?
Yeah, I think that there's no question that right now people are more motivated because of the rapidly increasing fuel. These are supported within our community. They're available to people, and they can really make a huge difference in one's pocketbook issue and decisions. When you think about I don't even know what the note on a $50,000 car would cost, but you add to that the increasing price of fuel. It's got to be crippling, and this way people can both be economically and environmentally in a better place by choosing to use some of these alternatives, some of which are supported by government resources, and the county taxpayers are paying towards the county transit millage. Come on, take advantage of it.
Lots of great ways for everybody in the community to live a little bit greener and to utilize these amazing services. And of course, a lot of the services that were spoken about are available all throughout greater West Bloomfield. The biggest one being the smart transit bus systems, which serve many people from all around the community. I spoke with some riders and even one of the bus drivers to get their perspective on these convenient alternatives available in West Bloomfield.
Well, I think it's important to all the people that we drive around to their different appointments that they need to go to. And the value is terrific. It couldn't be cheaper. And I know it's subsidized, but most of these riders have a very easy time coming up with the money to pay for it. Frankly, I don't think you could drive your car so cheap. We pick them up at their place of residence and take them to wherever their appointments happen to be. We also have excursions we call restaurant ramblers, and on Wednesdays and Fridays once a month we take a group, sometimes 2 buses, out to a local restaurant for them to just get out of the house and enjoy themselves and be social.
It's been wonderful for me. If these people of West Bloomfield Parks and Rec wouldn't be doing this, I'd have been really messed up because I wouldn't know how to get to my dialysis place. I was at another dialysis in Southfield, and my brother was taking me back, and he lives over in Madison Heights. So, between my boys and him, they were taking me all the time. That's inconvenient. This is a lot better. It makes it much easier.
And it's cheaper too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, because they only charged $3 per way, and the other way was my brother had to come over and put my wheelchair in the car and get me into the car. That's a lot of work.
I prefer transportation with the West Bloomfield one is much easier. Cost is a lot better for my situation, and I find it a lot more convenient. I've noticed there's a better difference in transportation these days. It's always wonderful to be in a situation where where the districts are in with everybody, and it's a nice convenience to have. Whether it's because you just make the schedule and that's it. Transportation is wonderful rather than driving a car, because cars sometimes can be unreliable.
Great to hear from these residents who utilize these services every single day, and all to make the world just a little bit greener, make the world a little bit healthier with every single ride. And it's great that West Bloomfield Parks and all of Oakland County is working together to make that happen.